could sing, it would sing you a song of the yesterdays, when the land was young and the men lived the true and the ancient ways. In a warrior's dream, I have seen through the fire and the carbon haze. In a vision quest I wandered through a city made of steel, where the people moved in circles like the spinning of a wheel. And they tried to touch each other, but you know they couldn't feel. No, they couldn't feel.
Tonight's catastrophe marks the most serious accident in a string of accidents that have plagued the construction of the Bondi Plaza since the project began. As you may recall, 2 separate cave-ins sent workers to the hospital earlier this week, and tonight a construction worker fell to his death when the basket on the crane he was working on gave way. At the center of the controversy is a small tribe of Meskwaki Indians who, with the discovery of skeletal remains 3 weeks ago, are insisting that the proposed site of the Bondi Plaza is in actuality a sacred burial ground of their tribe. Indian groups and the City Museum have rallied, so far unsuccessfully, to stop the Bondi Corporation from continuing with the project. And if things weren't already hot enough, police have launched a full-scale investigation into the accidents, spurred on by pressure groups who suspect sabotage. For KPLP News, I'm Kelly Stone.
Look, we gotta find some way to keep Bondi from pouring his concrete.
A man is dead, Al. On top of that, we got Bondi up our backs with this lawsuit. And why? Because some hardhat tripped over a couple of bones?
Do you know what this is? This might be the most important Indian burial grounds in North America.
Might be, Al. We don't know that for sure.
And you want to make certain we don't find out. Just turn the whole thing over to Bondi and let him pour concrete over it.
You're our Indian curator, Al. You're not on the board. You've been reading the papers as well as the rest of us. Half this town would hang those Indians as murderers. We don't need it.
Don't you realize that every time you take land away from these people, you cut off their... Please wait. Please, where are you going?
Home, Al. You invited me to meet with you privately. Bring me in to meet the board? If I knew I was coming into a party, I would have brought some dip.
Look, I'm sorry. I thought it was a good idea.
You thought wrong. The car's been sold.
You just can't... Tom Grant gave me your name. He told me you were different, that you had some compassion. He led me to believe that you cared about something more than yourself.
You lied to me, Al. You knew the meeting was supposed to be private.
Okay, you're right. I thought you wouldn't come. Look, you heard that back there. You know what's at stake here. If the Meskwakis lose this fight, if Bondi gets that land, then these people are going to lose a hell of a lot more than real estate. They believe that land is Nepanagi. The word Nepanagi in their language means sacred and holy. To deprive them of it is to destroy them.
I don't work for organizations, Al. They have a tendency to point one way and move another.
Then forget the museum. Work for me.
Look, Ray, just because the college has a state charter for archaeological research, that doesn't mean I can let you take a bunch of girls down into that pit.
This university has a right to work that archaeological dig.
Come on, Ray, you're asking me to involve the college in that mess. I mean, don't you know somebody in the mayor's office who owes you a favor?
You backing out, Walter?
Backing out, huh? Ray, you know that personally I would do anything for you. Anything. I mean, we both know that you bailed me out of a mess. I mean, whom knows better than you?
It is really gratifying to have a satisfied customer.
You're kidding. I'm serious, Ray. You really have my eternal, undying gratitude.
Can you get me in?
And you're going to be forcibly ejected from this pit. You're holding up our work.
Okay, you guys get the van unloaded. I gotta go see the foreman, give him this okay for us to be in the pit. Okay?
He's awfully cute.
We're gonna start in the far corner.
All right, Professor. We can't be this lucky. You may not be. Cause of the month?
Don't think you're gonna get an easy A by getting on my good side.
We don't belong here.
You are gonna learn more in 1 week out here than you would in an entire semester in a classroom.
What are we going to learn, Professor Raymond? Theories of archaeology? Fundamentals of excavation? Or are we going to learn about cruelty and greed?
Linda, it's just a field trip.
And it's none of our business.
Meskwaki? Are you Meskwaki?
Does it matter?
Well, it would seem to. Now, I would think that this would be extremely important to you. Now, if this is the land of the Nipponagi, I would think this would be a fantastic opportunity for you to be able to uncover the past and preserve some of your history before it's completely covered over by glass and steel
My
and...
people have many legends. There's one about a man with no face who spoke in rhyme. Now, I don't think it was meant to be taken literally.
I see. The legend of the Nipponagi.
There's no proof.
If we can find some proof, some physical evidence to substantiate their claim to this land, we can get the state to stop Bondi. That's our job. Looking for proof. Trying to find some answers. Now, if we find some, who knows?
If we find proof, Professor Raymond, the fighting's just begun.
Dig. Goes to the precise routine that I mapped out in class. Commence.
If the trees could talk, they would tell you the story of this land. promise made, like a flower buried deep in the desert sand. And the lies that grew in the words and the eyes of the modern man. But the ancient heart is beating underneath the streets of stone, and the battle won't be over till the truth is finally known, till your hand begins to tremble and your head begins to pound. Got you spinning round and round.
Stop!
You must not dig here, Professor Raymond. Men have gotten hurt. It is bad medicine.
Chief Daniel Clearwater, chief of the Meskwakis.
I don't put a lot of faith in bad medicine.
Then you are foolish. Educated, well-dressed, but still foolish.
I'm only trying to help.
That has an old familiar sound to it.
Perhaps you're listening with old ears. If we can find something that substantiates this land as an Epanagi, well, perhaps we can reason with the corporation and gain some time.
Foolishness again? A man cannot reason with smoke.
The Bondi Corporation is made up of men, not smoke.
Some men are like smoke.
Well, then you let it rise in the breeze, let it stir, and catch it.
Perhaps your education has not interfered with your learning.
Chief, by tomorrow morning, there'll be cement mixers up there pouring concrete all over this area.
Now, all that's been found is just a few bones. All you have is faith. Now, if we can't convince the corporation to give us more time, your faith is going to end up under 200 tons of concrete.
I know how to fight, Professor Raymond. And as an old warrior, I know how to lose. We will win no time from Alexander Bondi.
Are you foolish enough to take a chance and follow?
I told you Mr. Bondi can't be disturbed.
He's going to be a lot more disturbed if he doesn't see us.
All right, I'll tell him you're here again.
You gentlemen wanted to see me. What's your problem?
You know what I see when I look at this model? I see jobs for people. Revenue for our city. Progress. You know what I don't see? I don't see the past. And that's what I think is lost on the whole Meskwaki nation. They're only looking at the past. A past full of resentment and anger and poverty. For me, that past is dead.
The past gives birth to the future, Mr. Bondi. I mean, they are relative and they're pretty hard to separate.
I like that.
Look, you and I both know you're sitting on a time bomb.
Just who the hell do you think you are anyway? Look who you're fighting for. People who can't even come in here and argue for themselves. If they're not threatening the lives of my men, They sit around and pass judgment.
And sometimes it takes some extremes to fight extremes.
I'll give you that, Professor. Murder certainly is extreme.
Oh, wait a minute. There's no proof of that.
We pour tomorrow, Professor. And God help them if they get in the way.
And the pieces of our people disappear like souvenirs. And the eagle cries for justice. Doesn't anybody hear? Is anybody here?
I remember the days when I could walk anywhere with nothing or no one to stop me. Today, I walk among the cars and the streetlights. I can't walk without worrying about getting hit or having a light to tell me when to stop and when to go.
You didn't do much to help your cause.
You are a man with a good heart, Professor Raymond. But you do not understand what we see. Alexander Bondi does not understand. The museum does not understand. I am afraid I have turned friends into enemies. But they are friends that do not know about the stone.
What stone?
The stone of the Manitawi. The Godstone. Very ancient. Very powerful. I am afraid many people will die. Many must go.
Because of the stone?
I may need your help. My doctors tell me I don't have much longer to live. I'm very worried about my people. You can't imagine the things I have seen.
What do you know of the stone of Manitawi?
Didn't the chief explain it to you?
Wait a minute. How do you know I even discussed it with the chief?
Because you wouldn't know about the stone unless the chief wanted you to know. You must have made quite an impression.
Well, I'm glad someone thinks so. I keep thinking I've struck out at every turn.
It's an Indian experience. Legend has it that Piwata, a great warrior chief, wandered through the plains for 2 moons until he saw the sacred smoke rising from the ground, rising from the burning stone. And then he knelt and he saw the marks of the quiet spirit.
The chief said the museum doesn't understand. And he said, I don't understand. You said that if this is the land of the Nipponagi, then the fighting's just begun. Why? Is it the stone?
We are told that if we find the land of Nipponagi, we will find the stone.
Isn't it important to delay the construction so the stone can be brought to a safe place?
The chief can answer better than I ever could. Excuse me.
Linda, look out! Watch out! Watch it! Those Indians are sabotaging our equipment. I want to throw those guys out!
Hey, what's wrong? No speaky any English, coach keys?
Stop! Put down your weapon.
Let him go. Our fight is not with this man.
Hey, listen, man. These Indians are sabotaging the construction. People are dying. They almost killed that guy over there. And this old man's the one who got him to do it.
You Chief Daniel Clearwater?
Yes?
You're under arrest. Wait a minute. What's the charge?
You his lawyer?
Well, the man has a right to know what he's being charged with.
You're not his lawyer. Look, I got 3 people hurt, 1 man killed. What kind of charges would you like?
Come on, you don't think the chief had anything to do with this?
Maybe not. But he sure as hell knows what's going on. Get him out of here. I don't believe I got your name.
Professor Nicholas Raymond. I'm from Fairmore College. You taking me in, too?
I'll think about it. Real hard.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford an attorney, the county will appoint one for you.
And they tried to touch each other, but you know they couldn't feel. They couldn't feel.
You're bothered.
A fable, a legend. No one really knows if the stone exists.
So why did you do it?
It's about roots. It's about the things that hold people together. Family. It's important. You're not supposed to look that close.
You could turn away.
I usually do.
And now?
I'm not sure that I want to.
When I was a little girl, my grandfather used to tell me a story. He said there would be a time, a difficult time, when the world would be divided. Brother against brother, father against son. A time when there would seem to be no more sunrise. And then a man would come to save the tribe and ask no favor in return. Grandfather said this man was a stranger. No name, no past.
What happened to this man?
He saved our tribe and then moved into the night. Unigi. Awipi awini. Kishimigatwi. Kinepe. Naka. Kitayaani. Wipwa. Wasagiwashi. Today that which is over. You will die and your hearts will not fear. And this man is just a man. He's known as the Neniwa.
Your grandfather's story.
A fable. For children.
But the ancient heart is beating underneath the streets of stone, and the battle won't be over till the truth is finally known. And the man at Tawi and Nineveh has come to take us home. Take us home.
What do you expect to find out here?
If that cable was busted and not cut, then Chief Clearwater doesn't belong in jail.
And how are you going to get him out?
I'm going to cash in a favor.
It's very important to know when to throw in the towel.
I'll let you know when I get there.
Okay. I thought I saw something glitter down there.
I don't know who the hell you are, but you got the right connections. I just got a call from Lieutenant Governor. They want this guy cut loose.
Why don't we just give it a chance?
Get out of here.
You talk many languages.
I've met a lot of cops.
And many Meskwaki?
No.
You do very well.
I try to understand.
Niniwa.
Excuse me?
The time has come. for you to understand. I want you to understand about the stone. It was made by fire and lightning. And we believe that it is surrounded by 5 shiny stones that reflect light like a mirror, protecting the stone from the walkie wall.
I think I know where it is.
I flew on the wings of an eagle soaring free to a peaceful time when the grass grew as far as the eye could see, and the people danced through the night to the songs of the family. But the tide of change has risen over fields of fallen tears, and the pieces of our people disappear like souvenirs. And the eagle cries for justice. Doesn't anybody hear? Does anybody hear? Where the shadow falls in the light of a day.
You people got 5 seconds to come out of there, or we'll come down after you.
There's a lonesome drum.
Put your arms to your side.
And the cold touch of danger in the wind. Like the kiss of death. You can feel her breath underneath your skin. So you keep your eyes wide open and you listen for the sound of a footstep in the distance or a rumbling underground.
These people should not be dragged out of here like baggage.
Get out. Come on. You don't want to hurt anyone, kid.
You got about 2 seconds, Captain, to get these guys out of here. Or you got a dead girl on your hands.
Don't even try it. Now! Move out. Back up the top.
You're gonna have to back down.
I don't have to do anything, Professor. We're bringing in the sharpshooters now.
Now you listen to me, Mr. Bondi. One word, and you can stop this. You just tell that kid down there that you're willing to listen. Just tell him that you're willing to work something out.
The only thing will work out, Professor, is that kid in a body bag. Do what you have to do.
Just give me an hour. Half an hour.
Time for what?
I just want you to see something. Look, if it goes nowhere, you just lost a few hours.
What'll that accomplish?
You're a businessman, Mr. Bondi. You take the chance of a little invested for a lot gained. If a few hours can save some lives.
All right, Professor. this is what you wanted to show me.
What's that?
It's a burial ground. The 8 perpendicular posts that run along the edge are to protect the dead warriors against spears. The narrow pole in the center protects them against arrows.
It's got an interesting shape.
Why don't we go for a walk?
You were born and raised here, weren't you?
Caesar.
It's just me, Michael. I just want to talk. No tricks. No guns. Just this.
What's the point?
I thought all this was about the stone. If we find it, all this would have been worthwhile.
If you find it, it cannot be moved. If you find it, it cannot be covered. That doesn't end it.
If something is down there, we'll talk. We do have alternatives.
Why should I believe you?
Because we have no choice. Come on, Michael, let her go.
No.
Let him in. Under a fool's mask, you wear a fool's face.
The whole area will be enclosed by glass and steel. And the entire plaza will be built around the site of the stone. No one will be permitted to enter the courtyard. There will be a lot of Waiwa who may not understand, so we'll glass it off. It's even given me an idea for a few more open courtyards. We'll put in swings, some benches, maybe a fountain. It'll be a place to cool your heels and find the energy to spend a little more money.
Thank you for reconsidering the charges against Michael and Carl.
Well, Detective Washington hasn't found anything except a few weak links in a basket chain. Maybe Chief Clearwater was right. I guess it was bad medicine.
Well. Looks like it'll all be in good hands. You'll be around?
Oh, I'll be around with my eyes wide open. Are you going? Well, goodbye, Professor. You got on my good side.
So did you.
If the trees could talk, they would tell you the story of this land, of a promise made, like a flower buried deep in the desert sand, and the lies that grew in the words and the eyes of the modern man. But the ancient heart is beating underneath the streets of stone, and the battle won't be over till the truth is finally known. And the Manitowi and Nineveh has come to take us home. Take us home.